Hello, welcome back to Funtime Crafts 24/7. This is a workaround for the Anna Griffin Creates Class 4 Stylish Hats. So if you don't want to see how to make one of the projects, I would say pass on this video because you're going to end up seeing what it is that we're um, going to get to a version of my version of what we're making in the class and a workaround. This was supposed to be an all inclusive event, and it ends up after I watched all the prep videos. There was one very minor caveat to the whole thing, and it was that you needed one 12 by 12 piece of scrapbook paper. That's the reason I'm making the video, and it's a workaround for that so you can actually use the paper that's in the class. You don't need a scrapbook paper. We just have to do a minor adjustment, and I'll show you how to put it together, and that's the reason. If you don't want to know what you're doing and you want it to be this a surprise during the event, then come back to the video to see what the workaround is. Or if you do want to know before you get there and utilize all the items that are in the kit without having to supply anything else, stick around and we're going to get to it. So I just wanted to cover up because this is the workaround is the box envelope and how to use the template on a 12 by 8 sheet of paper and make it work. So I forgot to grab score tape. So basically what the deal is in the class we are making a box envelope to hold our hats and I made this. Isn't this the cutest thing ever? Oh my goodness, because I was testing out the theory, and basically it does this and it holds the cutest little hat easel card. But look, I'm going to show you guys how to make this after the event. This is my take on the hat and a hat box. So it's an easel card. That's at the inside. And this is all out of the Blythe paper collection. And mind you, this is just a very quick mock-up and whatnot. But look, so I turned it into a gift box as well. So you have that lovely little card on the inside. But look, see this little tab right here? You lift it up. It's got little candies in it. Isn't that the cutest thing? Little tissue paper, little candies. Oh my gosh. And you don't need anything except the dies that are in the kit. And to do this little alteration to it. And I put my feather in the wrong spot. So it keeps, this little flower keeps catching on it. And so yeah, and holding it up a little bit. But isn't that so stinking fun? Aren't these great? So there it is there. I'll show you how to do this after the event. Sometime after the event, I'll show you how to put that together. But this box, it holds the easel cards and it does a really nice job. So you can actually, if you look down in there, put quite a few embellishments on the hat and it works really good that way. So yeah, and then I'll even show you how to make my version of the hat box. I've got 2 layers of paper on here because I embossed the front of this and cut out a piece to put on the front, and so it leaves a little bit to be desired when you go and put the little front in. But I have a workaround for that too. So, but not today. So today, let's get to this because this is what you guys are here for. So basically, I just have some generic black. It's thin, regular little cardstock to show you this workaround on. These are the size of the sheets of paper that are in the class. 8 by 12. And what you're supposed to do with this template to create the box is you're supposed to cut one. You're supposed to draw this frame, draw around this frame for the first part of the envelope that has the flap. And then you use another sheet of paper and you draw the other half to make the front side of the box. And so to make this work, as you can see, this template is a little bit wider. Let me see. Where are you guys at? Can you see this? See right here? I don't know if you can see. I try to use a dark enough paper so that way you can see how this is about 1/4 of an inch on each side wider than the paper. that's basically what you're going to do in order to get this to work. I'm going to line this up at the bottom of the page, so that way I know A, I'm straight, and B, it's one less spot I have to cut. And the workaround is you're just going to even out the amount of you're going to even out the amount of overhang on each side. You want it to be even as much as possible. So that way when you go to put it together, it doesn't matter. It just looks nicer inside the box if you look in the box. You can't really tell, but if you were scrutinizing it, you would feel okay about it because the recipient isn't even going to notice it. So basically, just make sure you have about 1/4 of an inch on each side of the template overhanging the width of your paper on the 8-inch side. Line it up at the bottom of the page to make it easy on yourself. And then I'm going to use a white Jelly Roll pen just so you guys can actually see. And then for this part, all you're going to do is you're just going to trace the template. And when you're tracing this part right here where it does the little tab, it doesn't go all the way up. It doesn't go all the way up into the very top. So you'll have to, that'll be a little bit of a tiny little workaround as well, but it's really not a big deal. And then you're literally just going to trace all of this. And I hope I'm not in the way, but I have a feeling that I am. I really have a sneaking suspicion that I'm in the way. But look, it's a template. We can line it back up. It's just fine. Oops. Yeah, okay, so yeah, we're just tracing. And then I was also going to show you guys too. Can you guys even see? I was going to show you too how to cut this out on your Scan and Cut, because that's actually what I did. I cut this out on my Scan and Cut, and you can even utilize this for an 8.5 or an 8 by 12 piece of paper as well. The scanned image works really good as well. Okay, so that's the first one. This is the first half. And so then on the second one, what you're going to do is you're just going to line up we're going to let that dry. That'll work out really good, because this is like this Jelly Roll pen, this white pen is actually we'll get two. So I'm going to line it up here, this flap edge on the bottom, and the top of these flaps on the edge here. So on this side, you don't need on this side here, you don't need this flap here. We're making the front of the box. And so what you're going to do now is you're just going to trace around here. And then here. This side gets this little hole, the little tab hole. This side gets the tab hole. So be sure to mark that out. And then this little fun little design right here, you could technically leave it straight if you wanted to. You don't have to do this, but it's pretty fun to have that opening. And so I went ahead and added this on mine, just because it's a fun little design detail. And you're going to do that. And so that's everything you trace out on this. And so now what you want to do is you want to take your ruler and you want to go ahead and draw the rest of your line up for your opening. You want to draw the rest of the line. And that's just where you're going to cut it out at. You just want to make sure it's as straight as possible is all. like that. And now all you're going to do is you're just going to cut it out now. And the reason I did it on my Scan and Cut was because this whole fussy cutting business, I can fussy cut. I've done it, on several things before, but something that you're trying to keep precise, I definitely like to use my Scan and Cut if I can. And honestly, after you're done tracing it, if I would have if you stick to the inside of the line, just cut the line off. And then you don't have to worry about erasing it or any of that. See, you don't have to worry about it now. So yeah, so just follow on the inside to cut all your line off. Because even if it's a pen or a pencil, I don't like to do pencil because pencil, you can still see it sometimes depending on what cardstock you use. So, ooh. No, we're just gonna, yeah, see, and now you have to be a little bit careful when you're doing this and stay quite smooth. So that way you get a clean edge when you're going around. And that looks, that looks nice. And this is thin cardstock, so it might get dinged up more than the stuff we're actually using, which is a nicer GSM for this, actually. This is pretty thin, and I'm trying not to rip it. And I'm going slow, so it doesn't look totally janky and like a 2-year-old did it. And it's a crafting. Take your time. Enjoy the process. Have fun. It's not we're not doing NASCAR here or anything. Although when I do my videos, sometimes I feel like I am NASCAR. Or one of those super fast chess tournaments. Go, it's your turn. So yeah, so just trimming it out. And yeah, I had watched all the videos, and that's the only thing so far that I've caught offhand that was a little interesting was literally just this box template. Was all. Everything else was pretty straightforward, and oh my heavens, so stinking cute. Oh, the designs. You should see the hats we're going to make if you hadn't watched it yet. Oh, man. They are darling. The little hats are adorable. And, there. Okay, for the most part, I got it all for the most part there. And then you would ideally decorate it all up. So let me go ahead and you're going to cut this out. And then you're going to follow this and stay on the inside so you don't have any of the white. And then I'll show you how to do that. So let me cut these out and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that we have our 2 pieces, this is what this one looks like. Just like that. And then, see, no white. And I just cut on the inside of that line there, okay? So now what you want to do is we need to cut this piece out here. And I'm not good like Anna is with wielding an X-Acto knife. So what I like to do is I like to take a hole punch. I have my crocodile here. And I just line up the hole punch, centering the end. And then I'm just going to cut that out. Like that. And then I'm just going to do this. Just like that. And if it's not as straight as you would like it, you can just always go back and I use my crooked eye on that one. And you can do that. And that's, I think, for me, that's better than I normally... I couldn't get this around the corner if I'd have to pay someone to do it. Yeah. But there you go. And that's about as clean as I can do it. So a little bit of a help. But by the time it's all done and you get it all, no one's even going to notice that little piece right there. And that's why I like to use the scan and cut as well. So the next thing you need is we need the score lines, right? So this here, what you're going to do is you want to take and you want to line up this bottom edge of the box. And you want to find, you want to find where this score mark goes on 7 here. You're just going to go to the score mark that's to the right of this side here. And you're just going to follow it up like that. And then you're going to flip it around. And you're going to do the same thing on this one. You're going to go at 7. Just like that. And now you need a bottom one. And what you're going to do is you're going to just, okay, so look at this. So this here ends up not on 5 1/4. So what I like to do is I like to just shift this up to the next one, where you have a clear score mark, like that. So you're just shifting it up to where you have a nice, even score mark there. And you're just going to follow that all the way down, at the bottom of the box. And you're actually going to go too. You're going to go all the way to the ink because you have to score the flap as well. Oh, whoops. You have to score the flap as well. And that's where the tab goes. Because that's the bottom of the box. And so then this is where I was talking about the little workaround there. And all you're going to do is you're just going to cut that little score line out there. So just cut up to just right up to that. And then just chop out that tiny little piece there. Just snip that right out like that, okay? And then this piece is done here. And now what you're going to do is you're going to do the same thing on this one, but this one is, let's see, we're going to do it from the bottom, like this, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to find, so once we get this lined up like this, you're going to find, like, this one actually goes to this, you're just going to shift the edge of the paper up, see where the corner meets right to the edge. See this piece right here, that piece is up and the score line is technically there. So you're just going to line your paper up to that edge and you're just going to follow it first, making sure, you're going to follow it down, making sure that the edge of this edge of the paper is on that score mark as well. It is on a score mark as well. And so now you just want to go ahead and score it. See, like that? How easy is that? And now, so now we're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to go up to a score mark. But see, this is the edge that we need to be on, that to the right of the score indentation. And then see, the edge of this paper is to the right of the score indentation. And now you're going to just follow that score indentation that's on the left side of that paper like that. See? Okay, now we got to do the bottom. Okay, let's see. Let's actually go back the other way. Let's go this way. Okay, and it's on the edge of the paper is on a score indentation. So we're actually going to go ahead and follow that all the way down and follow it across the tab as well. See, right there? See, like that? And then you have one more little piece to snip out. See, just like that. That's all you're going to do there. And now what you want to do is you want to turn your paper like this, and you're going to score at the top of these two flaps here, but bring that paper edge there up to a score ditch, okay? And then follow that ditch down. That makes the top of the box, and this is where it first makes a fold over. And then what you want to do is, oh yeah, cool. We're actually on 7. You're going to go up to 8. So put your score, put the top of this at 7, okay? The top of these flaps, you want to score at 7. Like, so move it up to the score line that's at 7. And then the width of your box is actually 1 inch and 5/8. See, you have to make another score mark at 1 inch and 5/8. See that? And that's what we're going to do. We're going to go to, since we're at 7, we're going to go up to 8 and 5/8. So the line after 1/2 inch, and you're going to follow that across the top of your envelope. So you should have 2 lines there, okay? And then you're done. And now it's a matter of putting the box together. But there's a caveat to this. You have to do it in the proper order, because the top is going to be what covers up the side flaps. So this one is going to fold over onto this one, okay? So now what you want to do is you want to fold all your score lines. And basically you're just making sure that everything lines up. The score line lines up with the score line. The top lines up with the top. Same on this side. It lines up here. It lines up there. Like that. See? Lines up. And then you're going to unfold these. And then this one should line up on that score line and that score. Right in between. It should look really nice. And it should be even across here. Okay? Okay, so those are done. Now this is going to... Oh, and the tab. Fold the tab. And that one's pretty easy. And so this is going to go like this over the top of this one. Okay, so let's fold these. Okay, so these should line up in between these 2 score lines here. And at the edge. You want that to be really as straight as possible. There. The same with this one. So push it in. If yours is wanting to like bow out, push it in. So this line is straight all the way down. As much as you can. I mean, it is a gift box. Then fold this one up so you have the crease there. And then this one here lines up in the middle of those 2. And straight across here. And then this one here will just fold in the middle of those 2. Straight across there. And then same thing with this one. Just as straight as you can. There you go. And now what you want to do is you want to take and flip this over. Whoops. Ah. Oh, let me move this. This stuff's kind of in the way. And get my score tape. We need score tape at this point. And let's see. We're going to flip this over. So this is the inside. Flip it over onto the back. And you're going to put score tape on these 3 tabs here. And on these 3 tabs here. And then this one we're just going to put glue on. And I'm just using Sook Wang score tape because it's really good and it holds everything together. Because these flaps are going to be on the inside of the box. Like that. I'm just doing a couple pieces. You could do glue, you know, with the stiffer. This is just a practice one, so I'm not putting a lot of adhesive on it. So I did glue. I put score tape and glue on mine. And the glue on top of the score tape so I could shift it a little bit. Okay, so we're going to do just like that. And now what you want to do is you only want to do one side. We're going to do one side at a time. So we're going to do this. Peel one side score tape off. Flip it back over and fold it in like this, okay? And now you're going to take this and you're going to fold it like this. And this is going to line up here. But actually, we should keep it on the back. Because what you're going to do is you're going to line up this edge and this edge with these 2 edges. And they're going to line up with that score line and that score line. Oh, and that's why you have to have the glue. Because then you can shimmy. This stuff is so strong. And this, oh, especially on this paper, oh, there is no forgiveness. Once it touches it, it's like sucked to it. Let's see. I'm gonna see. And so yeah, line up those two, the top and the bottom, and then this to the edge of that score line. You're lining it up to that edge. Okay, and then flip it over before you commit. And this should line up at the top here, and this should line up there. See, it should actually line up there. And now commit. Okay, like that. And now flip it back over and do this one. Flip this in and pull your backing off, and then put glue on the top so you can shimmy. And then you're going to fold this. This is going to fold right here and over on this. And then you're just going to try to line this up. Line it up as much as possible. So at the top up there, it should line up on the edge there. It should, yeah, mine got off just a tad. And it should line up. So, yeah. Oh, I had schmutz on the table. It should line up on this edge here and up here. So you know you're square. And then burnish. So like that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, and then now you're gonna push. Hey, where's our flap? Hey, where's our other flap? We should have another flap. Oh, how did we end up? Oh, I folded this one backwards. Oh, shoot. Well, be careful not to fold it backwards. I folded it backwards. This tab should be over here. Oh, that's a bummer. I wonder if I can... Well, be sure not to fold it backwards. Ah, oh, perfect, Nugan. Didn't even notice it when I was doing it. That's a bummer. Well, typically you're gonna fold these two flaps in. You're gonna fold these. There would be another flap here. You're gonna fold them in. You're gonna peel the backing off of these here. Oh, that's a bummer. Well, yeah, I didn't have that happen because I had pattern paper. I could see where it went. Okay, well, if you're doing solid, be sure to don't be in a hurry. Okay, put glue here. Put glue here. Put glue on both tabs if there was another tab there. Geez. And then fold this in like this. And then this front one's going to fold over on top of it. And you're just going to line it up. But you want to line it up on the table, so when it's sitting on the table, it's square, like this. And that could be why it wasn't wanting to. Be careful with your glue and, schmutz and all that. And then you'll want to take like your bone folder or something long and flat and run it down in there and run it like that. You want to burnish it down. Oh, that's a bummer. Oh, well. That's a bummer. But see, it would have a closed edge like that. Not like that. Okay, but anyway, so that's your basic box tutorial. And then that goes in like that. And that's how it goes. And that's why, dang it, I can't believe I did that. Yeah, so you can crease this a little more to get it to stay down. Because it's wanting to... it's wanting to pop up. So to get it to stay down, if you just crease it more, it'll stay in there like that. But that's basic construction. So now we learned something, and that's what it looks like. That's your workaround to get it to see, and it'll fit. And so it's the same thickness. See how it's the same thickness? It will fit this just nicely. And this is super thin cardstock. So see that? And like, right? Whoops. Yeah, it's super thin. But it was like a practice, right? There's no reason to use the good stuff. But yeah, so that's what that looks like. And oh, and let me show you the box on the inside. See, you can't even tell where the cardstock was actually supposed to be. Even though it's black, you don't see where it ends. Now, if there was pattern in here, let's see. No, it would be the same because you're using the same front and back. If the pattern happened to be different, like you use different cardstock for the front as the back, then you would notice it if there was a difference on the inside. But if they're the same, you don't even notice that there's that difference at all. And when you're looking at it, the error is to the front of the edge, so you don't see it. Like, not hardly. Like, you can there a little bit, but not really. But anyhow, so that's it. I just wanted to share that with you. So if you're doing Create, don't be frustrated because you have to get another, if you're wanting to use only stuff in the kit, because the colored cardstock, she only uses 4 sheets of 2 sheets for each card, each of the hat, because we're making 2 hats and 1 box. She only uses 2 pieces of cardstock per card. And I think there's 8. Let me see. I think there is 8 pieces. Let me just get this here. Let's see. Yeah, there's 3 of each, and she uses 2 for these 2 for the first one, and the second one, I think she uses this black one for the second card. Okay, so yeah, so 2 there, right? So, oh yeah, there's 3, 6, 7, 8 sheets left. So if you wanted to see, because we're only using, we're not using that one. So if you wanted to just stay with what was in the kit, you have plenty of cardstock to do that. And then she uses 1 more of these for the front of the box, and then she uses an outside 12 by 12. I think she got it out of Carte Noir is the one that she used. A piece out of Carte Noir of 12 by 12, but you don't necessarily have to do that. And I was just trying to, so don't be frustrated, because if you're like new to crafting, and you don't have a lot of supplies, that workaround will help you use what's in the kit already. So there you go. And so then, yeah, so afterwards, I'll show you how to do the template into your scan and cut. So that way, all you have to do is pop your paper on, bring up the design, and add it to the your file to cut, or add it to the screen to cut it out, and then you don't have to keep doing the template. It's even better than a die. You just pop your paper on and away you go. And you can even line it up on a 12 by 8 piece of paper, and it will just cut it out. So there is that too. So if you're wanting to use what's in the kit there again, and you don't want to have to do the template after the classes are all over, I'll show you how to do that. So there it is there. But once again, oh my gosh, right? How cute is this? With the little handle. Look at that. Isn't that cute? A couple little eyelets. Embossed. This is the champagne. This is the Blythe paper pack. Added some little flowers out of my stash. These are I don't know what Anna Griffin flowers those are. And then isn't this gonna be so stinking cute? Oh, hers are like so elaborate. She makes these bows, and oh my gosh, there's ribbon, and oh, they're so pretty. This was just a little mock-up one I thought was just super fun, and just to get my feet wet with it, and then also test out the idea for being able to turn it into a gift box as well. And I think that just almost does it. If I would have put this in over a little bit more when it stood up, that's the other thing, is when it stood up, you'd actually be able to see the embellishments. They needed to be on the side, which is where hers are. So when it's standing up, you see the embellishments on the side, and I was decorating it all flat and like, oh, it's so cute, and didn't even think about it being stood up until afterwards. So learn from my mistakes, like shift them over a little. But yeah, so anyways, right? How darling is that? That'll be super fun, but I'll show you how to do that later. And anyways, isn't this just great? Like, what an awesome idea. I mean, I'm really loving that, this whole, and then, right? So there it is there. Let me know what you guys think of the little workaround for the class. And are you going to do it, or are you just going to utilize what you have in your stash. Mine was trying to find something that matched these. The paper that they use for the cards, and I was like, man, I really want to use what's in the kit. And so that's what I'm going to do when I make my good one for the class. I'm going to use what's in the kit and use the workaround, but from my scan and cut. So there it is there. But anyways, hope you guys are having a terrific week. Thanks so much for hanging out. Until next time, happy crafting, everyone. Bye-bye.